All right, so I asked the AI's chatbots this simple questions. I got to rephrase this question actually. How much does a single person need to make to afford America, factoring in taxes? I'm gonna put that factoring in taxes. Let me put that in there.
We ain't really feeling the folks you talking to. You're talking to China a little bit too much. Yeah, you gotta fall back from that. Hey, we're trying to get our weight up. We're trying to get our money up. Yeah, you find another way. Find some other way.
How much does a single person need to make to afford America, factoring in taxes?
You're making me feel nervous. You're making me feel like
that have to be paid
like you Venezuela. So if you want me to feel a little less nervous, you gotta back up on me.
From income. Factor in taxes that may have to be paid from income. From
this is not about getting real threats. This is about knocking off. This is not about going after a real threat. This is about going after the folk who can't really fight.
They may have to be paid from it. How much does a single person need to make to afford America, factor in taxes that may have to be paid from their income from working?
Folks, name for me one place in South America where they went in and did that. Name one place they've ever done that. Chile, Nicaragua, Colombia, Belize, you name it. We've seen that.
All right, so let's go with what ChatGPT says first. So I rephrased the question and asked, how much does a single person need to make to afford America, factoring in taxes they may have to be paid from their income from working? So, good question. If you're factoring in taxes, federal, state, and sometimes local, when calculating how much you need to earn, here's how it typically works. Key assumptions. Federal income taxes. The U.S. has a progressive tax system, meaning the more you make, the higher your tax rate. The rates range from 10% to 37% based on income brackets. State income taxes. Not all states have a state income tax. For example, Cali and and Illinois have high state income taxes, whereas states like Texas, Florida, and Washington don't have a state income tax. Texas, Florida, and Washington don't have a state income tax. Interesting. FICA, Federal Insurance Contribution Act. This includes Social Security and Medicare. Social Security 6.2% and Medicare 1.45%, which are mandatory deductions from your paycheck. They say mandatory deductions from your paycheck. There's an additional 0.9% Medicare tax for higher earners. Social Security and Medicare, yeah, you gotta pay for that. And it's automatically deducted from most people's checks. Especially, if you're in a W-2, definitely. If you get around the W-2 system, then let's calculate how much you need to make pre-tax to cover your expenses after taxes based on a few different incomes. Scenario 1, earning $50,000 in a state with an income tax, California. They put numbers. So after taxes, your take-home pay would be $35 per year.
Folks, you can't name a single place that America went in was running the oil wells.
My ChatGPT says, wow, did I put these questions in for all of them? From income from working. Income from working.
That's when the
Yeah, income from work. And so ChatGPT is saying if you make 50K with the income tax like Cali, then you're really only making 35, you say. Wow.
All these other places, you can't name a single place where America's in charge of extracting the oil. And
The state without income tax, they're saying you only made 39. Wow. If you're looking to earn enough to cover expenses and still have room for savings, you need to estimate how much you need after tax. Let's assume you need 50,000 comfortably. Work backwards. If you want 50,000 after taxes, you need to earn 70,000 in a state with a tax rate around 30%, federal, state, and FICA. So if you want to take home 50,000 a year, you likely need to earn around 15 to 20 grand more than that. If you're in a high cost area like NYC or San Francisco, you need to bump that even up higher. It's essential to factor in your location and tax rates when planning for how much you need to earn. The U.S. tax system is progressive, and different states have different costs and tax rates. Additionally, personal circumstances like health insurance, mentioned health insurance, or student loan payments can affect what you need to live comfortably. Wow. They put health insurance and loan payments in there. Let me know if you'd like a breakdown for any specific cities or anything. So that's what ChatGPT saying. Interesting.
They don't see this as a threat. They see this as
Let's see what Google Gemini says. To afford America while factoring in taxes, you have to look at gross income or your offer versus the net income what actually hits your bank account. Interesting. Gross income what your offer versus net income which actually hits your bank account. In 2026, for a single person, taxes generally consume 20 to 30% of your total pay. When you combine FICA, federal income tax, Social Security, Medicare, and state taxes. The comfortable life post-tax, to follow the 50-20-30-20 rule, needs, wants, savings. So 50% goes to needs, 20%, 30% goes to wants, and 20% goes to savings. You need a take-home pay of roughly 75,000 to 80,000 annually. To get that after-tax amount, you require salary, depends on where you stay. No state tax, Texas, Florida, 105,000 gross needed, pre-tax. Final take home 82, estimated total tax, Fed, state, and FICA 23,000, about 22% of your income. Average state tax state. Illinois, Ohio, you need to make 112 gross. Take home 82. Estimated total tax 30,000. Wow, high tax city. NYC 125. You need to make 43. Estimated total fact 82 times. Wow, you need to make 82 net. They saying. So in the high tax state, they saying 40. You could get taxed 34%, be 43,000 tax. Average tax state 30,000. No tax state 23,000. Wow. Wow, these numbers are way more than I expected. Way more. So basically, if you're not making six figures, to be comfortable, you can't be. Because when you look at your paycheck, these are the main three bites taken out. Federal income tax for most comfortable earners. This is a progressive rate. On a 100K salary, you are taxed 22% on everything. You're taxed 10% on the first chunk, 12% on the next, and 22% only on the portion above 50,000. 50,400. FICA, this is a flat 7.65% on almost every dollar you earn. Unlike income tax, there is no standard deduction for this. So FICA is Social Security and Medicare, flat 7% on every dollar you earn. State and local taxes ranges from 0%. So yeah, are we gonna have Social Security? We're paying these Social Security taxes and Medicare. Are the younger people gonna have Social Security and Medicare? State and local taxes. This ranges from state and local tax. This ranges from 0% to as high as 10 to 13%, and top brackets California and NY. So survival mode, the living wage. So they got comfortable 6 figures, basically or close to 6 figures possible. Survival mode, if you are only aiming to cover basic needs, room for healthcare with 0 wants, or saving the pre-tax salary you need is low cost areas, you need to make about 42 gross to keep 34 after taxes. High cost areas, you need to make about 75,000 gross to keep 56,000 after taxes. Interesting. 42 versus 75. Wow. High cost areas where most people want to be, you need to make 75. Wow. Gross. What about the standard deduction? For 2026, the standard deduction for a single person is 16,100. This means the first 16,100 you earn is essentially tax-free for federal income tax purposes, which helps lower your effective tax rate slightly. Note, these estimates do not include health insurance premiums or 401 contributions, which are often deducted from your paycheck before you ever see the money. If you contribute 5% to a retirement plan and pay $200 a month for health insurance, you need to add roughly 8,000 to the gross salary numbers above to maintain the same lifestyle. Do you have a suspicious? Okay, so yeah, that's interesting. That's the note. They put a note. These estimates do not include premiums. Wow, they don't even. So even in Google, this the Google Gemini, and they're telling me already it doesn't include premiums. Wow. Or 401k contributions. Wow. Which are often deducted from your paycheck before you ever see the money. Which are often deducted. Yeah, health insurance usually deducted from your paycheck before you ever see it. And 401ks is usually deducted possibly from your paycheck before you ever see it. If you contribute 5% to a retirement plan and pay $200 a month for health insurance, you need to add roughly 8,000 to the gross salary numbers above to maintain everything. Wow, so that's what it is, man. Like, comment, subscribe, holla. They saying, yeah, dog, yeah, interesting. That's what it is, man. Holla, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll do part 2 of this question using 2 other AI apps. Holla, like, comment, subscribe. Holla.